It's always late when I can stream. I think. I think it's always late. It's almost always late. See if anyone shows up because it's like, God, what time is it? What time is it? Is it? It's almost 2. It's almost 2. I don't know why I start streaming this shit late. Someone really wanted to test this shit out, see if it worked. Sorry. I have like a remote around here somewhere. I would be really surprised if anyone shows up for something like this. Can we play with this a bit? Maybe. Yeah, maybe reduce that just a little bit. Let's get that. Let's get that in the top chats. There we go. We got some stuff. We got some people here, and that's fine. Because I wanted to talk to you guys about stuff. Small amount. Hey, how's it going? Um, so, wanted to talk to you guys quickly, even if you're not watching. If you are, it doesn't matter. Um, there's a thing that people do that has been just bugging the shit out of me. And I thought about doing this a number of different ways. And I just got like a new ring light, and I was like, oh, this will be fun. I'll do it with my phone. That way I can kind of have this section. I don't really have anything on my wall right now for you guys to look at. I guess we could have done it near the video games or something. You know, we can do that, make it more interesting. But whatever, doesn't matter. Um, Here's the thing that is thoroughly pissing me off. Um, it's when people say, "Oh, if I'd been there, I would have done this." I am literally about to fight that guy, or it's just I can't believe this person said this thing or said that thing, and I can't believe any of that. And if they'd said it to me, I would have done this. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have done shit. You'd have done nothing. You'd have sat there like you normally do, and you'd have done nothing. Most of you motherfuckers that say that shit are too scared to ask for more ketchup at a fucking restaurant. So, no, you wouldn't have. You would have done nothing. You would have complained on social media, but you wouldn't have done anything. You would have never gone up to that person. You've never said anything. Not face to face. Not like that. No. You'll make a passive aggressive video or something like that. Like this. You might do this, but you're not going to go to that person. You're not going to look them in the face, and you're not going to punch them like you say you're going to do. It's not going to happen. It's just that never happens. I have never seen someone say, "Oh, I was about to fight." No, you weren't. Stop fucking acting like you were, because that's not who you are. That's not who most of us are. Most of us aren't like that. Most of us don't really want that confrontation. We really don't. We don't want it. In fact, nobody wants it. But yeah, no, it's just been bothering me. It's been bothering me so much because I hear it so often, and I hear it from friends. I hear it from all these. And the thing about it is like I have watched these interactions play out where the person's right there, and they do the thing that this person just told me that they were just gonna fight them the next time that happened. They don't do anything. They just sit there. They sit there and they quietly mumble to themselves, at most. So, unless you actively start doing shit, stop talking like you do. Just fucking everyone. Stop that shit. It annoys the absolute piss out of me when I have to hear someone act like they're like hard like that. Like that's what they do. That's who they are. That's not who you are. You're a whiner, you're a complainer at best, and you're a do nothing at worst. And I just, no, you would not have. You would have never, ever in your life gone up to the person you say that you're going to beat the shit out of and actually do it. First of all, most of the time, that person you said you were literally about to fight is usually twice your size. It's not going to happen. You're not doing that shit. So fucking stop. Like, fucking everyone, stop that shit. It's garbage. More importantly, if someone is exhibiting a behavior or something that you don't particularly like, um, give compelling reasons. So, my compelling reason for you to stop doing these things, or if you do this, or if you know someone who does this, my compelling reason is it doesn't actively help the situation. If you go over and punch a person, you aren't actually convincing that person that their way of thinking or their ideology is wrong. You have successfully convinced them that this crazy person just punched me in the face for no goddamn reason. That's what you've convinced them of. You've convinced them of fucking nothing. Seriously, guys. Stop that shit. If you want to convince someone of an argument, truly want to convince someone of an argument, then here's what you do. You research their point, their position, and you see if there's some sort of middle ground that you guys can come to, an understanding, and you can see if you can walk them back to your point of view. And if not, and here's the secret, you just leave that person the fuck alone. You leave them alone. You don't fuck with that person anymore. They're obviously at one side of the fence and you're at the other. So don't worry about them. I don't understand it. I don't. And I've seen it so often. And maybe, I mean, I don't know, guys. Am I the only person that sees this shit and is annoyed by it? Am I the only person? If you try to beat sense into somebody, I've had someone try to do this to me. Like try to hit me because they disagreed with something I said. And it didn't make me think, oh, that person had a really awesome point. No, what it made me do was think, that person's a fucking asshole. That's what it made me do. That's exactly what it made me do. So, no, stop thinking that you're just gonna go over there and just punch them or whatever, and you're just gonna, or you're gonna show them, because you're not. Most people, here's the sad part, is the vast majority of people I've seen do that are they're not capable. So if you're not capable of doing that, but you still want to get your point across, then do it in such a way that is actively productive. What does this person say? It was, well, I would have, hold on. I just missed it. Sorry, guys. Wow, Spyn, I would have walked away because I didn't even have the gut to stick around. Yeah, basically, you would have walked the fuck away. And like, you can convince someone of an argument. You can convince them to think about it. You can't change their mind. Only they can change their mind. It's like only you could change your mind. If I give you facts, reason, logic, while one of your points seemed not as salient as you thought it was, and you thought about it and you decided to change your mind, then that's on you, not on me. I didn't do that. You did, right? Good. Going up to that same person and just punching them, say you had the balls to do it, which most of these fucking people don't, would have changed nothing. It would have convinced them of their side being right and you being a fucking psychopath. So hitting someone because you disagree with them is fucking stupid. It's stupid. It is the dumbest shit. I disagree with you, so I get to hit you? I didn't know those were the rules. I didn't realize I could do that. If I'd realized that I could just hit people I disagreed with, and that was just the methodology that you used to convince the people of your argument, then middle school and high school would have gone way different. I didn't realize that's how we were doing things. But no, I didn't go up to people and hit them about the head and face. Didn't. Didn't get in fights in middle school or high school. Not really. I just tried to convince people of the way that I thought by talking to them. I thought that was a way to convey information. But maybe I'm fucking wrong. Anyway, so that shit needs to stop. But if you need a point by point as to how to convince somebody of your points of view, start by figuring out how you guys are the same instead of how you guys are different. And it's just there's just some weak fucking people out there that just want to hit people because they disagree with them. And it's because I think, actually, no, it's not weakness, it's laziness. You are too lazy to construct a valid argument against an individual. So instead, you just want to do violence to them because you can't control your own emotions, right? Why would you want to fucking do that? That's insane, right? You know how many people I've had that just quite literally in the comment sections of some of my videos, because I chose to advertise them, have told me that they wished me dead. They wished that I would kill me, unalive myself as you were. Or they told me that they were going to come to my house and shoot me, which was astounding because they're like, I know where you live and I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to shoot you. And they did it all because of this. Because of this. Because they didn't like this showing up on their page. Because maybe that came up right when their friends, uh, right when their friends were there. And they were like, oh, now I have to explain why there was a furry on my thing, and they don't believe me, and they think I'm a furry because that's the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone ever. So they chose instead to threaten violence against me, myself, and my family, my friends. Um, that's basically just what it is. But logic and reason is how you convince someone of an argument. Um, but playing like you're the tough guy, sitting there saying, "Oh, I would have beat his ass," or "Oh, yeah, I was literally shaking and I was about to bite him." Like, no, you weren't. You were literally sitting there doing nothing, and you were getting mad that someone else existed around you, and you were gonna do nothing and say nothing until you got home. Anyway, we got some comments, so I'm gonna just quickly peruse through that. I wish it wouldn't hide this. I wish it would just keep this on here. Let's see. If hitting people was a valid way of to argue of points, can we keep that on there? I don't know. I don't know if I can keep this on there. Argue points. I would still not be able to change someone's opinion. It's just that's not how you do things. It's not fucking how you do things. And again, I'm tired of hearing that. So like, I'm tired of hearing people say that shit because it's not true and you're not gonna do any of that shit. You're not that person. You're not that hard. Most of the people you said you're gonna beat the shit out of, like, those are the people that are actually that way. And if you approach those people with the intent to do violence, I mean, good luck to you. All I have to say to you guys is you better come fucking correct with that shit. Because you get tangled up with the wrong motherfucker on that shit, and they are going to absolutely burn you to the ground. And that's what's going to happen. So maybe instead of saying how much you're going to fight this person, if you really think that you want to change their opinion, you really want to make a difference in the world, you want to be a force for good, then stop leaping to violence as your first fucking idea of how you're going to do it. Because it's fucking intellectually lazy. And I'm tired of dealing with it. Most of you people that have been following me for a long time know that I'm a pretty patient person. But my patience is fucking worn out on this. And I think that everyone does. When you try to help people, your patience wears thin. Because you see it not really doing the type of good you would hope. And you see people constantly relying on violence or whatever. I don't think that where we're at as a society is a really good place. I don't think so because that's the mentality that we have is showboating. um, Oh, okay, Scoop. So basically, what I was, this whole thing was the jumping off point for this Scoop. So because you weren't here, was small recap. When you have someone who basically says, "I would have punched that person," or "If I was there, I would have," they're the "I would have" people. They're the "I would have" people. That's what they are. It's pretty clever, actually, I think. I'm going to keep that. They're an I would have. You wouldn't have. But go off, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. People think violence solves everything, but it doesn't. People do think that and that is a good solution to like catching Scoop up on this. People do believe that violence solves everything, and they believe that they're capable of doing violence. It takes a lot to do violence to another person. It's not a small thing. It's not an easy thing. It's it's more than that. It's you have to be willing to hurt another individual. And you have to be willing to hurt that individual because you couldn't control your emotions. You couldn't control how someone else's words made you feel. That says to me that you might not be like intellectually stable if you have to resort to violence, or if that's the way you think you're going to convince someone. Yeah, you might want to hit them, but you're not going to. So if you're not going to anyway, then stop telling me how much you're going to, because it's not going to happen. I've never seen it happen, not once. And of course, I understand that this is anecdotal evidence presented by me. Pardon. But I think it's right. I think it's right. I've never seen someone at a convention or whatever that said, "Well, this person's problematic, and I'm going to punch him." They've never punched him. I've never seen it happen. I've never seen those same people being escorted off of premises because of violence. It's never happened. I don't think it ever will happen. But I think that what I want most out of this community is to affect change for people, to really affect change. So first and foremost, again, to reiterate, no, you would not. And since you're not going to do that anyway, since you're just sitting there anyway, think about how you would go about convincing that person of your argument without doing violence to them. And maybe think about what their argument is, what their ideology is, and think maybe where you're at here. Because right now, as most of you are fully aware, if you live in the US, it's pretty hostile no matter which side you're on. It's hostile on every side. It's not good. And, you know, personally, I personally just want everyone to try their best to get along. And if you can't get along, it's one of those sayings is taught when you're very young. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? But yet people do that. People do that all the time. I do that. We all do that. We're all guilty. None of us are like clean from that. I think my issue with everyone that I see doing this is that they want to demand, and this is I think what actually makes me angry about it. They would like to demand that we basically bend the knee to them and their ideology. If not, then violence, right? And I've seen that. I've seen that in lots of groups before. I'm sure all of you have seen it too. You've seen that whole thing where it's just violence if you disagree with what I say. If your option when a person or persons disagrees with you and you say you will believe and think and act as I say, or I will do violence unto you, that's fascism. That is using force to coerce people to think the way that you do. It's intellectually lazy, and I would hate to think that anyone who follows me believes in that kind of nonsense. because you can do better. I believe all of you are better than that. I believe that we're all capable of being better than that, right? Hopefully, right? Hopefully, we're better than that. Because if your only option is to hurt someone because they don't believe the way that you do or think the way that you do, then I don't know, man. It seems like you don't have very many options, you know, in the tank there. So I hope I can convince you to use your minds a little bit. Try to come together. I'm hopeful that we can. I'm hopeful that we still can because right now it doesn't look like we can. It looks like just violence for violence sake. Yeah. I'm fully aware that it's a simplistic view of fascism, set of ideas, and yeah, it is a simplistic rundown of fascism. It is, and I know that it is more than that. And if we wanted to do a video on fascism, we could do a full video on fascism, what it actually looks like, what the fallout of that is. It's the same thing that we talk about when I talk about communism and how it just absolutely destroys countries because it does. It destroys freedoms first and foremost. And it's like someone had said this to me once, and I think it's very 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 true. Is if your idea is communism, then your rights, your all of your rights are given over to the state. And if they decide to take them away, there is only one way you can get those back, and that's through blood. So if you're cool with that, then fine, I guess. But no country that has entered into like an oppressive communistic regime has ever won their rights back by asking for them. Because if you said, no, I'd really like that right back, nah, it's not going to happen. Communism doesn't work due to basic human nature, and you are correct. Actual communism, if we want to do the whole was it no true Scotsman argument where it's like, oh well, this one didn't work. Well, it wasn't really communism. Well, it's also important to note that Karl Marx never once lived in a communistic society. He lived in England. Like his entire life, he lived in England. He never lived under a system that he suggested would work. That's because absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it's just sort of the Animal Farm kind of analogy where it's just like all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, right? And that's where we get that from, right? So it's bad. Communism just doesn't work out. Communism doesn't work out because we don't want what's best for our fellow man. We want what's best for us. That's just who we are. That's who we are as people. So, yes, these ideologies, these thought processes are what they are. So, sorry for the rant if it's upset anyone. Actually, I'm not sorry if it's upset you. If it's upset you, then you've thought about it. And that's good. That's a good thing. Like, we need to stop apologizing for upsetting people because you can't have thought without, and that's true. Again, Animal Farm was indeed an attack on Stalin, who led a communistic regime that was not, it wasn't good, and but Stalin, who took over from Lenin, kind of bastardized Lenin's ideology to suit his own kind of dictatorship kind of thing, which is why it's why when Patton had run through all the way through, he knew that Stalin was going to be a problem, and he asked permission to just go ahead and just wipe Stalin off the board too, and during World War II, and we know that to be fact, but I mean, I would say that I would agree with you that it is an attack on the Stalin era communism, but the Stalin era of communism was also the same era that perpetuated communism through the Soviet Union and into the like USSR, right? Which ultimately ended up falling apart, due in part to the disaster at Chernobyl. Yeah. Um, yes. So, the TLDR for today's lesson is not to do that. Um, let's see. Let's see here. Was the thing? When I joined, I heard some sad stuff, so I'm going to try to listen. I guess lighten the mood. I believe that's what that is. Sorry. Anyways, how's some of the other furs that you usually film with? Well, uh, such as it is, to digress from talking about Stalin era communism and the USSR, um, which quickly to finish that point, the USSR was uh, was already falling apart, but the Gorbachev's thought process of glasnost, or like being open with everyone, uh, everything kind of fell apart after Chernobyl. And if you want to look into that more, you're more than welcome to. I actually really like Chernobyl as a point in history to study and to look at all the things that went horribly wrong, because it's a case study for when like exactly how communism can effectively hurt an entire system. But that said, to digress and talk about some furry shit, because we need to talk about some furry shit anyway. Um, yes, we actually had Artemis come and stay with us for a while. Um, he was here early November, and he was doing really well. And he was getting a chance to go and visit his boyfriend, who lives in the States, and was had some time to do that. uh, and I'm happy to talk about that with you, Scoop. For like however long, but it's to make sure that we don't like just sit there and just drag the mood down forever and always. It was something that we kind of got way off the rails on that, and kind of ended up in talking about fascism and communism and all the rest of that, but it was tangentially related. Um, but yeah, so yeah, we've had a pretty good time. We didn't do MFF this year. Normally we do. Normally we have a big crowd, and we drive up to MFF and do all this. But for a variety of reasons, a lot of them stemming from a lot of our group that we originally had has kind of fallen apart. Um, but that's mainly because all of them are kind of doing their own things. They're living their own lives. They're kind of progressing through the whole thing. The issue of this is adulthood can sometimes suck. It really can. It can really blow sometimes. And so you don't get to see your friends as often as you'd like. Um, but the trade-off for that is you get to watch your friends succeed. And you kind of need that. And eventually it kind of circles back around, and we'll get back to doing cons and things again. We're going to be at least Ink and I will be at FWA. So if you're at FWA and you see us, say hi, come take pictures, all the rest of that, we'll be happy to do that. Hey, how's it going? I don't really know if you've been here before or not. So, hey, how's it going? Um, but we'll probably be at FWA if you want to come by, say hi, wave, all the rest of that. That'd be awesome. I met some cool people. These past two cons I went to Denver and What was the other one in Reno? I'm like completely fucking losing it. Do I have anything from that? I mean, I have my of this. What is this? It. Uh, is there something that I have that has the name on it? Uh, Probably not actually. I don't even have my badge. I can say fuck. It's my live stream. I can say fuck if I want to. But yeah, no. I can't remember the name of that fucking con. Damn. The one with the pizza party, right? Everyone knows which one that one is, right? I hope. I hope everyone knows which one the pizza party happened at. um, you know. Oh, oh, yes. Has Stoke for too much fun. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, but yeah, I was trying to remember the name of that the other day, and I couldn't remember it either. Like, it's been several days, and I think I'm losing my mind. I may be losing my mind, or at least my grip on like reality and sanity, and that's pretty that's pretty common for me. So if those of you who've been following me for a long time know that like I'm barely here at any given moment. And that's awesome if you guys are sticking around for that. That's good shit. Um, yes. So I'm thinking about doing a couple different things. Um, we've been kind of back and forth on a lot of projects because we're never really sure where we're going to be, and so I don't have as much time to complete those projects as I wanted to. Um, but something interesting. Artemis might be moving to the U.S. if possible. Maybe it's possible. It's kind of tenuous and up in the air, but he may. And if so, then I'll probably have more of an opportunity to film with him than I do right now, which is if we go to Confuzzled, then we get to do that. And if we do, I think it's maybe Eurofurence. We might be able to do something there, but I haven't done Eurofurence, and I heard it's good. I've never done it. Um, anyway, yes. So, uh, what was that one called? It was in fucking Reno. And our plane flight back from Reno was the one of the scariest flights I've ever been on. I know it's was pretty well controlled. The pilots were great, but our plane just kind of drifted to the side a lot because we had like a huge storm that was coming in. Um, just it was still worth it though because we met some awesome people. If you were if you were in our room, then you were an awesome person. All the people there were awesome, an awesome person. We had Meeps in our room. We had Atlas. We had Rowan and myself. um, let's see. I just moved to U.S. Wait. Uh, I wish I could meet y'all, but I live in Tennessee. Where in Tennessee do you live, Blue? Whereabouts is it? East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, or are you out like way out there? Oh God, it's gonna bother the shit out of me. Smyrna. You're in Smyrna. Where is that from Nashville? Or 'cause I'm not sure where Smyrna is. And I'd look it up on my phone, but I'm using it right now for this shit. For some other bullshit. East. It's east from there. So what about like Knoxville? Where's that from Knoxville? I'm like trying to like geolocate where Blue lives. But uh, map on my phone. Give me a moment. Yeah. Like I said, I'd look it up on my phone, but I can't because I'm doing this bullshit, right? That's super important, probably. Man, today has been a long day. Um, oh, wait. Hold on. I think I can do some cool shit with this just by doing this. Oh, yeah. I can do some, like, cool, um, you know, weird fucking shit. This is. Okay. Maybe not that. That's dumb. I hate that. And I hate that too. Yep. All right. Back to normal. There we go. So, yeah, I want to be doing more content, but I've been thinking more about doing gaming content than I have been doing this kind of stuff because it's more fun, and I feel like I can give you guys more, um, you know, if I'm doing that. And also, we're probably going to be starting doing some TikTok stuff and just some other shit because I think it'll be easier for me to get that content out. Awesome, Blue. Um, yeah, but it's just something that I know a lot of people have been wanting, like merch and gear and shit. But like I don't even know what to make for that. I really don't. I don't know what you guys would want. Do you just? I mean, most of you guys just want to see him, right? Want to see him. This that's all people really want to see. If I close this live stream and I start one with a picture of him, if I start one with a picture of your boy, then I will have double or triple the numbers I have at the peak of this one. So I think we had 10 at peak. I'd have 20 if I just did the whole thing with your boy right here. you know, and it's silly. And I can just hold him, I guess. He's light. He's pretty light. And for those of you who I know you will, Scoop, regardless of what I do, or the restraining orders, or promises with demons, you'll still be here. I'm aware. But yeah. Again, something to mention out to people that are watching or watching in the future that made it this far. Awesome. Thank you for listening through my rant on shit. But also remember that eventually this boy is going out to one of you guys out there that doesn't have a suit. So, you know, is gonna be like in your home, like watching your shit. You know, it's gonna be like way too close for comfort. But for that person, whoever that person is, that gets the suit, that person will get as much of the suit as I can possibly send. Um, but yeah, I will be giving them absolutely everything, and because I will have a completely different suit, and Spin's channel will change a little bit, and but we're already starting to kind of drift towards the gaming stuff. I'm trying to get my eye back in. I've been playing Inscription pretty fucking hard, and I think that's awesome, super fun. Spin and Space Marine armor. I could if I could get some Blood Angel armor made. Because Blood Angels, uh, you know, we have to be edgy, or whatever. But I would definitely do that. I still love cosplaying. I love cosplaying. So much fun. Definitely want to do that. But yeah. So uh, that's super good. Gray Knights forever. Yeah. Well, it's Gray Knights. They're they're a little broke, but That's just what they're supposed to be, you know. And field that or a Titan, your choice. Same number of points. But yeah, no. I'm guessing you're going PC side of gaming. Yeah, it'll be the most inclusive that I can do, and there'll be more people there. I do have like PS5 and the new Xbox, and I do VR. I do all of that shit, and I want to do all of that shit with the other people. So I guess we're gonna do that because that's what people want to see. So that's what we're gonna do. And I will still come on here and I will do things. I will come on and I will say, um, hopefully, deep things that make you guys think. So, you know, that's just what it is. But, I always want you guys to be thinking. And as much as sometimes stuff like what we were just talking about earlier upsets me, I want you guys to think and I want you guys to be better versions of yourselves because I know that you can be. You know. So, but I think that I want all of you guys to understand that the place I come from on a lot of these videos is a place of just me trying to help as best I can. And the best way I know how is to just talk to you guys, try to understand your points of view, and then try to show you a way that will work out. There's also a small possibility. It's a very small one. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've got several paths that are kind of laid out before me. And there's some things I've been wanting to really do for a long time, and for whatever reason, I've just either not had the courage to do it, or things just got in the way, wasn't the right time, that kind of thing. You know how those kind of things can play out. Yeah, but um, Ink and I have been talking for a while about possibly um, signing up for the JET program. And for those of you that don't know what the JET program is it's pretty amazing. The JET program is the Japanese English Teacher Exchange Program. And I'm still at an age where I can do that. And so can she. All you have to have is a degree. That's all you have to have. You have to have a degree from an accredited institution, and then you can sign up for JET immediately if you want to. Now, that doesn't mean you'll be accepted, but it does mean you can sign up. And if you are, you will be able to go live and work in Japan for a year, 1 year. And after that year's up, you can choose to re-up and stay in Japan. Or you can come back to the States or wherever it is that you're from. No harm, no foul. Pay your taxes that you had there, and just call it good. And it's something I've been thinking about doing for a while. And it would mean not being able to really go to a lot of conventions, and the rules are different there. They're like different, but I'm interested in doing that. And there's also one other thing that I've been kind of kicking around for a while, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea or a terrible one, but I complain endlessly about the system, about our system, our government. I complain about how it's run, the people that run it, how out of touch they are. I complain about the laws that are being made. I complain about the people that believe they know best when they don't. Um, I complain about everything. The problem is, if you complain and you don't have a solution, That's called whining. So I've been thinking that I might go into politics and legitimately try to be a better a better voice for the people that that just want someone who isn't so far removed that that cell phones seem like sorcery, because that's what we have there representing us now. And maybe, just maybe, I could make a difference to other people. And I hope I could. I don't know that I will be any better than anyone else. I'm obviously not smarter than anybody else. I'm not. Um, but I feel like I listen a little better. I feel like at the very least we need to be starting to change out. Uh, we need to be changing out some of our politicians because they're old and out of touch. It's what it is. They're old and they're out of touch. They understand how to cover their own ass and they understand how to cover their friends' asses. But I think that maybe, and it would be a long time before I could actually, be on any type of real stage because I'd have to get through so much just to get there. And maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But I don't know, guys. You tell me what you think. Because I wouldn't hide shit. Like, you think I'm gonna hide I'm a furry? Nope. I've liked cosplay and this kind of stuff for a long time. Not gonna hide that. I have a social media platform. I have a following. Anyone can find it. Why am I gonna hide that? Am I gonna resign in shame just like some other senator did? No, I'm not. Why should I be ashamed of that? Something I like. Nothing to be ashamed about. You might as well be ashamed of liking basketball. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. You know, I know that, not everyone's interested in hearing me bitch and moan on the internet. So thank you guys for staying. They did stay. Um, and remember that we are going to be giving Spyn a new home here in probably the coming year or so, I believe. Do not commit voter fraud for me. When the U.S. gets into more trouble because of that, so let's not do that. But yeah, if you can vote and you're legally able to, and I was on the ballot, that's awesome that you would consider doing so. But we'll just have to see. I noticed that I look like who? What do I look like? Uh, Scott Cawthon, just appearance wise. Scott Cawthon. Why does that sound familiar? Who's Scott Cawthon? That sounds so familiar, and I can't remember anything. Oh, FNAF. Yeah. Scott. Yeah, Scott Cawthon. Okay. Yes. No, no. If I was secretly Scott Cawthon, you guys would probably know by now. But anyway, guys, I appreciate the constant support you've shown the channel. The fact that you guys constantly show up. I know the people that constantly are here, and it doesn't go unnoticed. You guys really supporting me even when I'm not making content. Or people, messaging me or asking me, is like, when are you gonna make another video? When are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? When are you gonna, do a video with Aaron? When are you gonna do this? Like, we want to see this. Like, I know I do, but there's just been so much going on in my life that it seems like it never stops. It seems like there's been a lot of things, it's been positive stuff, but there's just been a lot of things that I have done um, over the years that I'm having to like just go through and finish. I've decided I wanted to do this thing. All right, cool. Now I have to go and finish that. You know, I could make videos for you, Spin. You could. You're gonna start taking my channel and doing some viewer interaction. Um, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Scoop. I don't know. I don't know if you're ready for that kind of responsibility to to everyone, because I know I'm not. Uh, yeah, he may have already. He may. Um, that'd be interesting. Like, just not tell you guys and just let Scoop make the next season of Spin content. Just give him the fucking reins and just walk away for a year. Come back to see my channels just in flames. Or maybe not. Maybe Scoop would like maybe handing over to Scoop. I'd come back and I'd have like 100K followers. Who knows? Who knows? Scoop can be funny sometimes. Sometimes you can be funny. Most of the time, though, we have to put you in timeout. Oof. But just proper doses. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's kind of like always late videos when I get a chance, which by the time I get done with everything else I'm having to do, I try to get on and say something to you guys if I can. And I'm going to try to be on TikTok. So, maybe look for 3-minute videos of me just having had enough of a particular subject and trying to pare it down to 3 minutes. So, if you're looking forward for that, maybe make something work out. But anyway, guys, real quick, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, put them down. Same name for TikTok. Yeah, it should just be Spin. Like Spin or Spin 404. It's one of those. I forget which one it is. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, right now's the time to ask them. I'll give you guys like, I don't know, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of Q&A as per usual for these kind of things. And then after that, I will probably, oh God, I'm probably gonna play some Inscription and go to bed. How long have you and Ink been together? It will be 2 years. It'll be 2 years real soon. So, um, we will we spent a lot of Christmases together. And she just told me that she is very hungry, so I must uh, soon make her a sacrifice. So she is pleased and does not begin to chew on me, which I don't want. So, if that's all the questions that we have, I might just go ahead and end this early. You know, get this out and done. Again, your continued support means a lot. Thank you guys so much, as always. And I will try very hard to be better at uploading for you guys. I am very sorry that this thing happens. I used to play Rainbow Six. I don't anymore. We'll see you guys. Talk to you later. If I can do it. There we go.